many people who has asked me about how to log in, and especially in the issues of this Webull GitHub repo that I uploaded. And I know that Webull has made some updates to the login endpoints in the May of this year. So after May, like the multi-factor authentication has been made mandatory, and the login procedures have become a little bit more troublesome after that. It's more secure, um, so there's some good side to it too, but using the APIs, there are some complications to using the APIs. So I hope that this video will help you to understand or help you to navigate through the login procedures and start trading with your script or whatever maybe trading bot you're using. And before we all begin, make sure that you have installed the package, and you can either download the package here and import it with the relative path, or another way is using pipe install, which is much easier with the Python package manager. And either way will get you start working. But one thing to note about is sorry that I'm quite lazy, so sometimes that the Webull the package manager for Webull is a little bit old and a little bit behind. So if you find that is the case, try to download it from here with the to get the latest package. And downloading it here, you can always install by Python and navigate to the root directory and do a setup and do install like this. And this will be the same, essentially the same with the pipe install, and either ways you will get start working. And so this is the directory that I'm working with today, and I am using a text editor to get started. And before we get started, so let's do this first. And so as mentioned in the wiki page, in order to log in, the MFA is made mandatory. So in order to use the MFA, you will get a verification code either through your email or your mobile phone. And for my case, I'm using the email. So I have not tested the mobile phone that much. So if you're having troubles, probably I recommend to switch to email. And you probably get it working. And as mentioned, as you can see that I've downloaded the GitHub repo into this folder here, and the endpoints are on here, and I've imported into this folder, that demo folder that I'm using. And as you can see, I can directly use the Webull package here. So in order to get started, let's get the MFA code first. And so this is the Webull demo py, so we can directly get started. And so this way I'll be able to get the MFA code into my email. And let's see, do I get the MFA code into my email? And okay, this one it is, and it probably looks like this, and it will expire in 30 minutes, so make sure you have enough time. And since I already got the MFA code, so there will be no need for a next round of getting the MFA code. The next endpoint I'll need to use is the login endpoint, and the MFA code is the last bit that you should put in here. And this is the label, as I mentioned in the wiki page, so probably this will be able to explain what it is. So this is any name you like. So this will be a label in your Webull app, and you'll be able to find it in your Webull app under security and MFA. And make sure that you have a good label so you understand which machine that has been used to log into your account, and your email and your password will be the credentials, and the result here that's outputted will be a JSON format. So the JSON format will include a access token and the refresh token, and let's output the result here. And let's take a look at what it looks like. So here it is. So it's as you can see, it's a JSON string, and there are, so I have used an online to parse how it looks like, so it will be easier to show here. And there's some random information in here, like your preferences and your setting. The one that I want to draw your attention to would be the access token, the UID, the refresh token, and the token expiration time. So if you do have some experiences with OAuth or maybe OpenID Connect login before, there is a mechanism called the access token refresh token. So the way it works is that in order to prove you are logged in and making a connection with the server, if you are throwing your password to the connected server or to the server side, or in this case the Webull server, throwing your credentials, in this case your password, every time would be a little bit insecure, because you're actually making the request with your naked password, and once someone will try to intercept, or if by any chance that request is intercepted or maybe seen by others, actually your entire account will be vulnerable and your password will be vulnerable. So in the access token and the refresh token mechanism, so after you made that initial login request to the server feed you back with the access token and refresh token. So the next time when you make a request to the server, in order to prove that you're already logged in, you don't need to use the password anymore, but you only need to use the access token. And most of the mechanisms, or most of the specifications of software for OpenID Connect or OAuth or whichever it is, has made access token a short period lifespan, so about an hour or so. So after an hour or maybe 2 hours, your access token will be expired, and in order to make the request or make a authorized request again, you will need to use the refresh token to obtain a new set of access token. And yes, so that's that. And let's so this is the refresh token and this is the access token, and as you can see, there's a token expiration time which is about 3 months. So if by any chance, if you don't use this set of credentials, it will expire in 3 months. But if you continuously to update your access token, refresh token, you will be able to use it continuously. And my recommendation is to use the access token every time your script runs. And at the beginning of every time that your script is running, make sure that you refresh your access token with the refresh token first, and then save that access token and the refresh token to this file, and you will be able to make communication with the Webull server after the initial refresh request or refresh token request. So in this case, we have obtained the credentials here, but since I am saving this into a JSON file, and as you can see, there's some random colors, this actually represents that the JSON file is not completely in the correct format. And just so you know, the JSON format, if it's a string, it needs to be enclosed in a double quote, and the false should be under a small letter. So now this would be in the correct format. And so now I already obtained my credentials, so I will not need to log in again. And what I need to do next is to use this credential that I have saved here to refresh my login using the refresh token, and save that again into this file. So every time when I make my request, I will have a new set of access token and the refresh token. So as you can see, so this is the JSON file that I've just edited or just wrote my credentials into, and this line essentially will load that JSON file into this variable here, and this variable is called credential data. Will be comprised of the refresh token, the access token, the token expiration time, and the UUID. And so I will write that into the variables in the Webull variable. So the Webull object will have the refresh token replaced into the refresh token I have wrote into the file, an access token, token expire, and UID respectively. And after I have updated those variables with the new set of variables that I've wrote into the file intentionally, and I'll refresh the login. So after refreshing the login, it will use the refresh token to obtain a new set of access token. So after we run the script, you will see that the access token is actually updated. So after running the endpoint, in this Webull object, the access token, in this Webull object, it will return an undata. The undata will comprise a new set of refresh token, access token, and token expiration time. And these will be wrote into the credential data that I've loaded in from the JSON file. So the JSON file will include the new refresh token, the new access token, and the new token expire time. And I'll write that new credential data into the file again. So the next time I run, it will be able to refresh the access token itself. So as you can see, so let's do a demo, and you can see that the access token is actually refreshed. So do you see that the access token is refreshed? Actually, I didn't recall what was the access token. So let's remember here, 79F004B3. See, yep, it's changed. So we have obtained, we have successfully using a new or an old refresh token to obtain a new access token. So in this case, whatever you need to do is so the place that you will need to run your code will be just after this. So for example, get account ID. No. Yes, I'll need to remember to print that. Okay. So no matter how many times I try to execute, I will be logged in continuously with this new refresh token, the new access, the new access token, and this mechanism is, although it's troublesome, but it will be safe because it only saves the access token, the refresh token. Actually, there's no after you've updated or after your initial login, there's no need to write your password into the script anywhere. And but make sure that your access token and the refresh token is because the refresh token is actually quite important, and it will still be able to obtain your new access token. So it is essential that you still keep these credentials secretive. But in essence, if this access token and the refresh token is somehow leaked, the only thing you need to do is to go to your app and just clear the device, and then this new access token or this old access token and the refresh token will be rendered unavailable. So others will not be able to gain access to your account with this access token, refresh token. So yes, that will be the demo for today. And yes, and I know that there are many questions related to options and stuff, and yes, I'm trying to make this package better. And recently I have been devoting a little bit more time to doing algo trading myself. So if there is any opportunities, I will try to find some new videos to post up. And if you are interested in certain topics, feel free to let me know. And yes, good luck.